Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be showing you how I make these two sauces that you'd find in my refrigerator. The main ingredients is the chili peppers that you can find anywhere, fresh chili peppers and mason jars. I clean my chili peppers. You saw me washing them out, taking off the top. I put them in a blender or food processor, add some garlic and ginger, and then blend. So I added some water in there, and then you want to blend until it looks something like this. Once you take that out, I have my pan, and I'm going to be frying this in pure vegetable oil. I typically use Crisco, and that's what you see me doing here, just pouring some oil in my pan. I allow that heat up for a bit, and then I pour in the pepper. So I let this cook on medium heat for about 8 minutes. So medium to high for about 8 minutes. I'm just stirring in there so everything comes together nicely. You can have this whole pan as one, but I like to divide mine in two, and you see why in just a little bit. So I'm taking out about half of it, and we'll come back to this half in a little bit. Keep your focus on the main thing in the pan for right now. In this pan, I'm going to add one full lemon cut in half. Well, I cut it in two, but I used the full lemon, which is what you're seeing right now. And then I'm also going to go in with honey. I promise you this is easy. It's just very few ingredients: lemon, honey, salt, and seasoning cubes or powder, whichever one you use, and salt. And that's it, I promise. But yeah, when Yoruba people or Nigerians or Africans tell you I'll show you pepper, this is the pepper they're talking about. So be very careful handling all of this. Please wash your hands very, very well. I'm going in with two tablespoons of honey. I'm being very generous with the honey. That's one. I know it looks like two, but that's one. And then a second spoon. I didn't think so much about this. I didn't think it was a big deal until I saw it online. And then a friend of mine came over and was like, "What is that sauce?" So I thought to share the goodness. So here I'm adding in salt, like I mentioned earlier, and my seasoning powder. I'm a Nor girl, so there you go. And then we're just gonna stir this and have it cook for about another 2 minutes. Now, while that is going on, you're going to get two mason jars, wash and clean them, wipe them down of any water. Now, the sauce looks like this after the last 2 minutes. I let it cool for a little bit, and I'm going to transfer it now. Once transferred, in the same pan, you want to add some onions and then your other half. Remember the half we saved? We're going to pour that in here. I'm not lazy. It just doesn't make sense to use a different pan for this since they're very similar. And it's almost about the same vision or goal or objective, whatever you want to say. So yeah, in the same pan, and then I'm just going to stir this continuously until the onions mix well with the pepper. Now you can have your onions much smaller than this, but for my sauces, I like my onions this way. You can even blend your onions fully, whatever works for you. So I added a little bit of water so my pepper cooks well and some salt. And what I just showed now is crayfish. Now this is the joy of this particular sauce. You want to be generous with that crayfish. So like 2 full scoops of crayfish for this, and then seasoning powder again. Just very little because the crayfish is very flavorful, and if you're not careful, you would over salt or over spice your sauce. Now I'm just stirring. This is all on medium heat. So once stirred and allowed to cool, you want to transfer into the second mason jar. Both of them look like this in the mason jars. The one on the right is so much hotter than the one on the left. I use the one on the right for when I'm cooking something, from scratch. The one on the left I add to like already made meals, like a dip. Or you can add that to your noodles or anything of choice. Now tonight I was craving some chicken feet. Notice I already have fresh tomatoes in the pan, and I added 2 teaspoons of the very spicy one. Now I love very hot and spicy food, so 2 teaspoons might be too much for some other people, but this is just what works for me. So stick with what works for you. It is really hot. But yeah, that's dinner for me today. These 2 sauces come in handy for me, and my friends have complimented this whenever they saw it in my fridge, so I'm sharing the goodness. Let me know what you think in the comment section. This will last me about a month, 3 weeks to a month, depending on how I cook. There you go. Enjoy. Thank you for watching.